Republic of Malta is a European nation with small islands like Gozo and Camino around it. As the world suffers from COVID-19, Malta too is taking necessary precautions. Let me borrow a few moments of your valuable time to remind you a few things about Malta. Every nation in the world has its own heritage and specialties. This relatively small island that has loaded up all its resources may have some secret to its prowess to stand high among other powerful nations. There have been many battles that they survived, especially the World Wars. During World War I, Malta was known as Nurse of the Mediterranean. Malta took care of more than 100,000 wounded soldiers. World War II affected Malta quite hard. The impact of the war was shattering for this small island. But the people of Malta overcame all of this bravely and took the steps forward. The Honorary Civilian Gallantry Award of the George Crows empowered the Maltese flag further. This is a symbol, or even a reminder, that this little island is showing the world that it will rise up against all odds. Malta holds up a Christian legacy. In chapters 27 and 28 of the Acts of the Apostles, there are accounts on Malta. It records that St. Paul's ship came to Malta after surviving a storm, and the people of the island showed them kindness despite of them being total strangers. Further, there are accounts of St. Paul throwing a viper that had climbed on his hand to the burning fire and curing Publius' father and other sick people. The Bible also says that the people of Malta treated St. Paul and the others in the ship with great respect and gave them everything that was needed to continue the voyage. Therefore, we can say that the powerful hand of God is constantly protecting Malta. The rare kindness and respect that they showed to St. Paul are of great value before the eyes of God. As a symbol of this love, there are over 300 magnificent churches that stand tall in Malta. This land calls out to the heaven by its pious offerings of the Holy Mass and reciting the Rosary. The shell that fell into the church through the finial during World War II weaved history by not bursting itself, and thus saving the life of the people gathered in the church. The shell thus remains as a monument of history and of God's love before us. Do you know that there's a generation of young people in Malta who practice their faith silently through prayers? Youth Fellowship, Malta Youth Network, etc. are some of the groups that have emerged among them. These movements are another face of the faith that we are unaware of. Next, we are going to understand the legacy of benevolence that emerges from Maltese families. Their extended hands of help reach across many countries challenged by poverty. The contributions that the Maltese make to the Catholic Church are quite a lot. Many young men and women in various parts of the world have realized their dream of embracing priesthood and ministry through the generous contributions of the Maltese people. They kept aside a good portion of their earnings for the welfare of others whom they had never met or heard, sometimes exchanging wishes through letters. The biggest evidence of their benevolence is the visits made by blessed personalities like bishops, nuns, and priests to the families who contributed to their training. The people of Malta did not give to gain something. It is in this blessed land that you and I live today. When this land that has the history of struggling for a piece of bread holds us close to their hearts today, how can we not love them, not respect them? These are the times of the corona pandemic. This too shall pass. I have to acknowledge that this land, which survived 2 world wars that our generation has only heard about, has immense courage and power within itself compared to other nations. How will this island under the protection of the mighty hand of God fall? Malta has never been reluctant to welcome and accept all religions. Isn't this what the time of corona pandemic reinforces? Isn't it this helping mentality and love beyond beliefs and religions that we see across the world today? Why should we worry when we have possibilities around us that strengthens us? Be brave, spread courage. Malta will stand up with its head held high, because there are wells of never-ending kindness in this island. Let us hope for a better tomorrow. Let us believe in a better tomorrow.